Welcome to this month's vlog update on behalf of the trustees and the senior committees. A quick run round what's going on in the Nutrition Society this month. There's been some key meetings. The Publications Committee met on the 6th and 7th of May. The Science Committee met on the 20th of May, and the trustees have met twice, on the 19th of May and also on the 16th of June. So I'm just going to give you a very quick update on the key issues that emerged from those meetings. First, the Publications Committee, which met on the 6th and 7th of May. Major decision emerging from that meeting was the decision to flip Public Health Nutrition, one of our journals. We're going to flip that to open access, gold open access, as part of the drive to make all of our journals compliant. That is going to take place in 2022. There was some debate over whether it would be 2021, but decided on that date we need to get the level of content open access raised and get beyond the subscription model with that journal. So we're looking forward to making progress and some more announcements on that soon. The new contract with Cambridge University Press, we approved that. That's starting on the 1st of January 2021, only 6 months away from now. And that gives us some really good stability for the next 5 years with that great publishing house. We've also had a look at the impact factors for 2019, which have been recently released. And certainly for the first time in my 6 years with the Society, all 4 of our journals saw an increase in their impact factors, which is excellent. Anything from 0.5% up to 36.5%. More details on that will be released. But as you can see on this slide, a couple of the journals have done particularly well. So very pleased with that. Science Committee met on the 20th of May. They had a quick update on NS Live, which is taking place in a couple of weeks' time, 14th, 15th of July. I'm pleased to see only yesterday that registrations for that have exceeded 350. That's excellent news. So it's going to be a great event, I'm sure. The committee had a good look at Nutrition Futures, which was taking place in September. In Coventry over the 8th and 9th, decided to still go with a conference but move it to a live format rather than a face-to-face. So the student section are working on 2 half days back to back to make that a viable program. I've seen the draft, it's looking very good. The Irish section had to cancel their summer meeting due to be held in Limerick. Next year, they've decided to merge the postgraduate meeting, which is normally held in February, with their summer meeting. So that's a very interesting and I think exciting option for them. And the merged programme will take place over the 22nd to the 24th of June in Limerick next year. More details on the depth and scope of that programme will be coming out soon. Lastly, the committee spent some time looking at the bids that they'd received to host the summer meeting for the Society in 2022, the major meeting of the year. 3 bids received. The successful bid came from Sheffield University. Pleased with that. The other 2 bids were very strong. Always a difficult decision, but delighted to be going down to Sheffield in a couple of years' time. The committee also just had a final run through just to make sure they were okay with our joint venture with the French Nutrition Society taking place on the 14th and 15th of January next year in Lille. The theme of the conference is Urban Food Policies for Sustainable Nutrition and Health. Call for abstracts going out very soon. Registration will open. I think about 250 people can attend that. So we're looking for a good representation from the UK to join our French colleagues on our first joint venture there. That will be great fun, I'm sure, and a good way to spend a cold January. Now let's have a look at the trustee meetings. The 2 of them, I'll just deal with them just as one combined update. They've been having a close look at the winter meeting, which, as you know, is on the 8th and 9th of December at the Royal Society. it's becoming very difficult to make the decision whether to go or no go with that. And we still think it's a little bit too early to make a final decision. So at the moment we're planning to still go ahead. We may even land up with an interesting hybrid model, perhaps a little bit of face-to-face for those who can make it, and perhaps some live screening for those who can't. So do keep those dates in your diary. It will be going ahead, it's just the format not quite so sure. We're going to meet with the Royal Society later in July to look at our options there. The trustees also approved the launch of Member Connect. Some of you may have already signed up for this interesting new idea. It's behind the firewall, if I can call it that. So behind the website is a members area where you can only access, obviously, if you're a member and you have a login. Within that now is this kind of like a nutrition linked in, if I can describe it that way. You can connect with individuals, you can upload news, you can host small discussions amongst colleagues. There's also the forum area where we can, or you can as well, start a conversation, a debate on topical issues. There's dedicated areas for all of the nutrition themes in there, as well as the committees. I envisage that we'll probably land up doing quite a lot of committee work through there as well. It's a great tool. You'll be getting an invitation to register with it quite soon. If you haven't and you want to go in straight away, just go into your member area and you'll find the links in there. The last piece the trustees have been looking at quite carefully is this whole business around COVID-19 and when it would be safe to return to our offices in London in 10 Cambridge Court. Full risk assessment has now been completed. I'm very pleased to say the building is now COVID ready, if I can use that phrase. We've met all the government guidelines for safety and for health, and taking all the appropriate precautions, not just for the staff but for visitors. So the building is now ready to be reoccupied. The only thing that's holding us back is the restrictions on the use of public transport for people to get here, and the restrictions on travel. So I do envisage full staff return here by the 1st of September at the latest. As you can see, I am in the building today. I was just completing the last bits of the risk assessment. I'm in the lovely Harriette Chick library, full of all of the original journals and textbooks from the Society. It's a great atmospheric feel, and it's good to be back here, even if it's just for the day. This almost feels a bit like an outside broadcast today, having previously spoken to you from my home in Suffolk. So the last thing to leave you with then is the just a reminder of the annual charity meeting for all the members, taking place on the second day of NS Live on the 15th of July, 1300 hours at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. All of the papers you need to read in advance with the agenda are going to be posted in Member Connect, so another good reason to register for that. Those are going up there on the 10th of July. There'll also be the link to the GoToMeeting site that you'll need to download and use to access the meeting. There's going to be the usual update from our president, Professor Julie Lovegrove, an update on the finances from Professor Chris Seal, the treasurer, and then the announcement of the election that's going on at the moment for the international officer. So I hope you have cast your vote. If you haven't, please do so, because voting will close quite soon. That's all from me today, and probably for this month. Hoping to have another update towards the end of July, just to let you know how we're getting on with getting back in the building. And then hopefully 1st September onwards, look forward to seeing you all back here at your committees and other activities here in the Society's offices. Thank you very much.